Hello everyone, and welcome to week 2 of our English composition class. I wanted to take a little time in this video lecture to talk about essay parts and then also parts of a paragraph. These are things you're going to be working on throughout the semester. You're going to be developing essays, you're going to be developing paragraphs for those essays. And it's good to remember that different parts of an essay need different kinds of paragraphs. And then once you get into building paragraphs, they have similar parts. So for an essay, in general, we're talking about 3 general parts: an introduction, body part of the paragraph where you have supporting paragraphs that provide evidence, and then a conclusion. In the introduction, you want to do a number of things. You want to engage the reader, you want to introduce the topic, and then you also want to introduce the reader to what you're going to be saying about that topic. And we put that information into something called a thesis statement. A thesis statement is a sentence that identifies the essay topic, and it also identifies what the author's stance is on that topic. So for example, let's say I'm writing an essay about Southern Maine Community College, go Seawolves. And in that essay I want to show that SMCC, Southern Maine Community College, has a number of interesting and dynamic programs. That's my stance. My topic is SMCC. My stance is that it has a number of dynamic programs. And then in those body paragraphs, that middle part of the essay, you're going to be supporting that thesis. You're going to be building evidence to convince the reader of your stance. So if I was going to do the SMCC essay, I might talk about the nursing department, I might talk about fire science or criminal justice, plumbing, architectural engineering, communication, new media, all the other great departments I didn't mention, including English, and I would build evidence supporting that idea that SMCC has a number of dynamic programs. In those body paragraphs, I'm going to be doing certain things with those paragraphs that fit into a form, that fit into a structure, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And then at the end, in the conclusion, I'm going to do a number of things. I could summarize my information. I could lead readers to an example that I wanted to, kind of finish off the argument with. Or what I like to do with conclusions is leave the reader with a new way of thinking about that topic and that stance that you just profiled in your essay. So again, if I'm going to do the SMCC essay, maybe I compare SMCC in that final paragraph to other schools that have dynamic programs. Or maybe I create an analogy of SMCC is like a wonderful mall of information. That's not a great analogy, but something like that. I would try to get the reader to think about that topic in a new and different way. Now, for the paragraphs, each paragraph has a number of different parts that you need to consider. It's got a topic, it's got a main idea, and it's got details. It's actually pretty similar to what that essay schedule is, that essay strategy, where you're basically introducing a topic, you have a main idea, which is that thesis statement, and you're providing details to support it. That's how an essay works, that's how a paragraph works. And so in the paragraph, you want to make sure that you're identifying one topic, you're identifying an idea about that topic, and then you're identifying a number of details you want to use to support that topic. The topic is the 1 to 2 word thing that the entire paragraph is about. It's the subject, it's the who, it's the what, it's the thing that the whole paragraph is about. Usually it's a repeated word in a paragraph. This is something I see a lot of writers making mistakes with. You really only want to have one topic per paragraph. And if you're switching topics, that is a great opportunity to start a new paragraph. So you really only want one subject or one thing or one who or one what per paragraph. And it's the most general part of the paragraph. It's the thing. This paragraph is about nursing. This paragraph is about fire science. This paragraph is about culinary. If I was doing that SMCC essay. So each paragraph has a topic. For example, everyone enjoys a vacation, and a trip to Texas offers something for different kinds of people. Whether it's a beach along the Gulf Coast, mountains in the north, desert, or rolling hills, you'll find it in Texas. Nightlife and great shopping are hallmarks of Texas cities such as Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas. History buffs can visit the Alamo and other landmarks of the American West. All visitors can enjoy the state's multicultural atmosphere. All of these items add up to Texas being a great place for a vacation. If we think about what the topic of this paragraph is, we look for the word that's most repeated. It is the great state of, you got it, Texas. So this is about Texas. Now we got to ask ourselves, what's the idea? What's the author want to say about Texas? And that's where we get to what the main idea is. The author's idea about the topic is the main idea, and it should be identified in a sentence. It's your stance, it's your point of view, it's what you want to express about that topic. It appears usually in one sentence. I always advocate for putting that sentence in the beginning, but some writers put it in the middle, some writers put it in the end. Some writers even create implied main ideas, ones that aren't there, but the ideas, the details support it. I suggest writers in this class just come up with one sentence that you put in the beginning of the paragraph that identifies what you want to say about that topic. You have one main idea per paragraph. It's less general than the topic, but it's more it's specific, but not as specific as the details. So if we go back to our Texas paragraph, everyone enjoys a vacation in Texas, and a trip to Texas offers something for different kinds of people. Right there in that first sentence, we get the main idea. We get the topic, which is Texas, and then what's the author want to say about Texas? That it has something for different kinds of people. The rest of the paragraph is built supporting that idea. If you like the beach, or the north, or the rolling hills, if you like nature, you're going to find it in Texas. If you like nightlife, you're going to find it in Texas. Hey, who likes the Alamo? If you like it, you're going to find it in Texas. So we get this idea built with the evidence, the details, that Texas is a great place to visit and offers a number of things for people to see, no matter what you like. And then we get the evidence to support it. So the final part of the paragraph is the, let's see if I can find it, the details. And the details are specific bits of information that support that main idea, the Alamo, the nightlife, the natural aspects of the state of Texas. Sometimes you have major details. Those are ones that are going to directly support the main idea. Then other times you have minor details. Those are almost details about the details. So history buffs will love Texas. That's a major detail. The Alamo's there. That's a minor detail that supports that major detail. So think about building your paragraphs that way. Now these paragraphs, again, should have one topic, one main idea, and a bunch of details. We'll talk more about transitions and transition sentences coming up. Those are sentences that build bridges between these paragraphs. But for now, I just want you to think about how you write paragraphs, how you structure paragraphs, and if you build them along these kind of guidelines. If not, it might be a good idea just to think in this way. What's my topic? What's the idea? Or what's the thing that this paragraph's about? What's the idea I want to express about that thing? And then finally, what are some details to support that? You're going to be working on a timed writing sample for this week. This is just to give me a sense of what kind of writer you are, what kind of skills you bring to the table with writing. I'm looking for 3 paragraphs. You can think about it as an introduction, support, and then conclusion, or since it's just 3 paragraphs, you can kind of build those paragraphs as all supporting one main idea. But think about having a topic for each of those paragraphs, a main idea, and then some details that support it. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out by email. And I hope this helped both with essay structure and paragraph structure. I'll see you next week.